Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. It is Thursday, um, July, September 18th, 2025, and my name is Jennifer Cotton. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas, and that means I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and more with stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. So good morning and welcome. Thank you for being here, whether it's your first time or you're coming back. Thank you very much. Good to see you guys here this morning. Like I said, my name is Jennifer Cotton. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and that means I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and more with stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. So welcome, whether it's your first time here or you're coming back. Thank you very much. Good morning over here on YouTube. Julie, first one here, watching and sharing. Thank you very much, Julie. Robin, good morning, sunshine to you. Pam, good morning. Happy Stampers, another beautiful but hot day in North Texas. Very true. Going to be in the 90s today. I went out on my porch to get an order yesterday, and it was so hot. I was like, ugh. Tina, good morning to you. Lisa, good morning. Tina's in Muggy, Maryland. Lori, good morning. From Minnesota, liked and shared. Thank you very much. Let's see. Tyra, good morning. Mary Ann, good morning. Terry, good morning. Tyra liked and shared. Thank you very much. Linda, good morning to you in Idaho. Mary Jo, good morning. Just what I need to get me through my work day. I love it. Mary Jo. Lisa, good morning in Mansfield. Linda. What the heck? I can't say Linda today. That's two Lindas I've called Lisa. Cindy in Texas, good morning. Thanks for sharing. Susan in Central Florida, liked and shared. Cindy Owen, I'm in your neck of the woods. Oh, Cindy Dotson. Oh, Cindy. Why can't I read? You're in my neck of the woods, Cindy. That's awesome. And Mary Jo is watching on YouTube now. Awesome. Thank you guys very much. Facebook was being weird this morning, so I think it's only in the event, but whatever. We'll deal with that. But I can see your Facebook comments on both devices, so that's good. Okay, so as y'all come on, please feel free to say hi. That does help me out if you make a comment, even if you're watching replay. And then also, if you want to share, click a like, a heart, a thumbs up next to the live chat over on YouTube. Anything like that does help that engagement for me. So thank you very much. Okay, as a reminder, let me get my little graphic here. Later today, I will add the timestamps in YouTube. So in that description down below, you can click more or show more. That will open up right now lots of information and links and whatever in YouTube. There's also info in Facebook right now. But later today in YouTube, I will add timestamps so you can skip around to the part of the video you want to see. And that will be on replay, obviously. And then tomorrow I will add a link up here in the corner that will take you straight to my blog, stamptherapist.com. And that's where you can always go to find out more info about upcoming events, specials, Stampin' Up! Specials, my specials, joining my team, like all kinds of stuff over there in the blog, on the blog, I should say, on stamptherapist.com. So let me remove that and go back to comments. All right. So, there we go. I'm going to jump in and get started today talking about my upcoming events because Stampin' Up! Announced a lot of news yesterday, and I'm going to talk about that too. But I do offer, this is my full-time business. So for me, that means I offer tons of events that people can take advantage of all over the U.S. and tutorials for those events that anyone in the world can take advantage of. By the way, we just announced, Stampin' Up! Just announced that if you live in a country where we don't have a Stampin' Up! Business, where you cannot sign up to be a demonstrator, I can sell to you in that country. So if you live in Mexico, for example, or other countries where Stampin' Up! Does not exist, you can buy from me now. So you have to discuss it with me. There is a certain way we have to do it, but I can help you out. So U.S. and countries that Stampin' Up! Is not in, basically. We're in Canada, so I still can't sell to Canada, and Canadian demonstrators can't sell to U.S. demos, for example. Okay, anyway, that was a random side note. My events are going to include a PDF written tutorial that is step-by-step instructions. Oh, I already said all the, did I? Okay, yes, we, in my class packets, we cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible except the featured bundle, unless we state that we will cut that. You will cut your own designer paper or kit components that are included with the fee, and then we cut everything else. My team gets my tutorials for free, but anyone else can purchase the tutorials all over the world. So hopefully that all makes sense. The first events I'm going to talk about are my 4 monthly classes. I didn't forget. I ran out of time to make notes on my notes, if that makes sense. So my 4 monthly classes, all this info is on the blog, by the way, stamptherapist.com, are happening in person this Saturday, the 20th. So you can still register if I have space available, if I have class packets available. You can still register for card class. Scrapbook is sold out. You can register for wall art and Stamp A Stack. The Halloween wall art is sold out. Anyway, let me tell you what these classes are real quick. So, I offer 4 classes every month that anyone can participate in, and they all happen in person on the same day. We have sections of the room for each class, and then they're all mailed the following Monday for our to-go people. So they are card class, Stamp A Stack class, wall art class, and scrapbook class. Card is the one I'm making today. So it's 4 cards, 4 designs, 1 of each, using 2 bundles. Today we're going to use the Fright Night and Beautiful Pumpkins bundles. I'm going to make all 4 cards on this video, and this is the card class. Now, I do it different now, so you can get this class a few different ways. It's free this week with an online order of $35 or more. It is $20 if you just want to purchase it. Shipping is additional. Or it is free with an order if you attend in person. Okay, so you can come take it in person as well. So 3 options. You need to register for in person by Friday, and because otherwise I won't have a class packet there ready for you. Or register for to go also by Friday, but to purchase it, I should say. But you can order through Sunday. If you place an order, I'm going to associate it with, during this time period, I will associate it with this free class, $35 or more. Okay, so I'm going to make those cards today, so you'll get more info about that at that time. The next 3 classes are product-based, so they're going to include product with your fee. They are subscription clubs that you can join as well. I've got a little thing here about my clubs, but you can take them as single classes. They each include over $20 in merchandise. They each include a PDF tutorial. You get, as a club member, you get a gift after 6 consecutive months of club membership, and you get occasional monthly gifts. And of course, you can build on your stamp collection as you go. If you add on the bundles at a discount, that's optional. And you do save $2 per month if you're a club member over regular price. So, again, these are scrapbook, wall art, and Stamp A Stack. I do have a graphic just saying what I'm using this month. So, we already talked about card class. That's the one I'm making today, free with an order this week or attend in person. Fright Night and Beautiful Pumpkins. Stamp A Stack, I have 3 left. It's Christmas greenery and traditional labels. That's 8 cards, 4 designs. You make 2 of each, and you get over 20 in merchandise. The class is $40. The club is $38. And I have 3 left. Wall art is the 12 by 12 wall art. Using Gathering Moments, I have 3 left, and it is the same price, $38.40 for non-club members, and includes over 20 in merchandise. I do have, or I did the bonus wall art, which do I have? Yes, I've got my sample here. I'm going to show y'all all these samples anyway. Anyway, it's sold out, but okay, it's sold out, it doesn't matter. And Scrapbook is sold out, but Scrapbook, if you want to join that club or register next month, it's 2 12 by 12 pages, over $20 in merchandise, and it is only $30 for club members, $32 for non-club members. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Hey Pat, good morning. Valley Chick, good morning. Rosemary, good morning to you. Cindy, good morning. Thanks for sharing, Cindy. Okay, so let's sneak peek first, just because I am, the Stampin' Stack. These are the 4 designs. You make 2 of each. Scott is cutting it right now. He's actually embossing right now this piece. He just finished embossing this one. And he might be finished, or he might finish later today, embossing this piece. And he's die cut everything else except for this one green leaf here, because that's from your designer paper. Ignore my sticky notes. I don't want to lose them. They're for us when we prep this class. Anyway, 4 designs, 2 of each. So I have 3 of these left. You can take it as a single class or join the club, and it includes over $20 in merchandise. Links are on the blog right now, stamptherapist.com, and they will also be emailed out tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So make sure you're on my email list. That is Stampin' Stack. Actually, I'm going to put these cards over here where Scott is still using them to cut. Wall art is this 12 by 12 framed art, like you see right there. I never can point correctly. Right there and there. For example, put it in a 12 by 12 shadow box. This is the wall art for this month using the Gathering Moments bundle, I believe it's called. I forgot to check my notes, but anyway, Gathering Moments, yes. And this is the one I made on last week's live. It is a wreath made out of leaves. It's for fall. It's super cool. And we have die cut every leaf on here for you. By we, I mean Karen, except the designer paper ones. So you will only cut your designer paper leaves. We've cut everything else except the stamped ones, obviously. But all these are cut, ready to go. So 3 left. Here's Halloween wall art. It is sold out, but I thought it turned out really cute, so I wanted to show y'all. That is going to look so cute framed for Halloween decorations. Imagine it in a frame up like that. Super cute. You can get the tutorial still. And then this is the scrapbook class. I'm not sure if I'm showing those in the right order. This is page 1 for this month. Again, sold out. All right, so that's the 4 monthly classes. If you missed it this month, you can sign up for next month or join the club for next month. I will announce what products I'm using later. I don't have a clue yet. Okay, so that's those. Next, hopefully I said everything y'all need to know. Retreat in a Box. April and I are releasing this class today, so you can register later today for Retreat in a Box. We also do have 2 in-person spots left for the retreat in person in Rainbow, Texas. I always forget the name of the city. Rainbow, Texas. 2 spots. But whether you take it in person or to go for your for your retreat make and takes, you're going to use the Pine Tree Trimmings bundle and the Gift of Joy stamp set, along with that. I forgot the name of this designer paper. Let me see, it's right here to my left, to my right, because I'm designing. Christmas tags and more designer paper, and of course a bunch of other stuff. And then we will have 2 optional classes that you can add on or take individually. Delicate Pines or Traditions of Christmas. They're both Stampin' Stacks, 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each. So tons of Christmas projects with this one. You're going to want to register today at I believe 2 p.m. Central. The email is going to go out. Here are the stamp sets. Gift of Joy is a single stamp set. That's going to be a great one to get with your 15% off today only. 15% off Gift of Joy and every stamp set. This one's 15% off as well, but the bundle is still cheaper. So any bundles are going to be cheaper with the bundle pricing. But if you only want the stamp set, Pine Tree Trimmings, 15% off today. And Gift of Joy. It's super cute. It's a 2-step, so you don't have to color it in. Y'all know that's my favorite. So there you go. That's what we're using for the retreat make and takes. You get 10. What is the retreat in a box, by the way? 10 or more make and takes. $50 in merchandise, not including the bundles and stamps. Gifts, a retreat bag, PDF tutorial. Like, it's so good, and I believe it's $99 for all that. It's a ton of stuff for $99. You can, again, join us in person. The link has been put out there multiple times. It will be emailed out tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central. And we only have 2 spots left for in-person. But if you want to take it to go, take it to go. Okay, let me put these back over here where I'm designing. Nice little mess over there. That's Retreat in a Box. Hey Debbie, good morning to you. And then the biggest retreat you can go on is our crafting cruise. April McCright and I, again, my retreat partner. Oh, I forgot to say who's doing what class. Let me go back real quick. April is doing Traditions of Christmas, and I am doing Delicate Pines classes. Okay, so the big mega retreat you can take with us is on a boat, on a ship, in the ocean, with the crafting cruise with April McCright and I. And we are leaving on January 25th, 2026 on Harmony of the Seas out of Galveston, Texas. Anyone can join us. You can all take the cruise. Anyone can take the cruise and use our group rate and all the stuff. I don't know why I'm getting myself distracted, because I'm thinking about a conversation I had about the cruise earlier, and for some reason it's distracting me. But unrelated, you can bring as many people as you want, and they don't have to take the crafting portion. The crafting portion is an optional add-on. Okay, so join us. It's going to be amazing. You're going to get 6 classes included. You're going to, let's look at the pictures again from 2 years ago. You're going to get a gift every day. You're going to get matching t-shirts, get to meet lots of other cool crafters and hang out with them, dine with them if you want to, get a bag, have an optional card swap that you can participate in, food 24/7, as you know, mixing and mingling with all the crafters, your own half a crop table, and separate class tables. And I just want to throw this out there as well. Our classes are self-paced, so April and I are in the room throughout the week at different times to offer any questions people have, assistance, how do you do this, whatever. We also do a PDF tutorial and video tips. So you have plenty of instruction. However, it's a very do it your way kind of crafting cruise. I'm trying to think, freestyle, like another cruise line calls their cruising. But anyway, so I have someone coming on the ship that's also doing it like a family trip, and they've already told me I'll be in and out of the craft room, but I'm really going to be, and I want the crafting stuff, but I'm going to be more focused on hanging out with the family. You can do that because you're not tied down to a specific time that the classes are. The only thing we do at a certain time is bingo, and it's optional. That's a one-day bingo, and like we have deadlines that swap is due and stuff, but in general, it's very, you do what you want when you want. So because of that, we have separate class tables that are set up 24/7. You can go in at midnight, 1 a.m., 6 a.m., 5 a.m., noon, whenever you want, and do your crafting, do your class. And then the crop tables are separate for you to have your own landing station. You get half a table. So it's really cool. And then that was it on that. I always forget how many pictures I have for that. So register as soon as possible. I think the deadline is supposed to be in October. Of course, if there's space on the ship and April and I haven't ordered yet, we'll let you add on, of course, and our travel agent will, but it's coming up soon. So go ahead and get registered for that. All right, as a reminder, links in the 9 a.m. email tomorrow. Also, I just have a request. I have 4 likes or thumbs up right now for this whole video. So if you're watching, or if you're watching replay, please, whatever device you're on, please feel free to click a thumbs up, give a like. Also, you can hit subscribe, follow, all the stuff, and that will help me out. Thank you very much. Okay, so links in the 9 a.m. email tomorrow. So make sure you're on my email newsletter, because tomorrow, thank you, Pat. I see your little face there with the hearts, and then Mary Ann. Thank y'all very much. I like how Facebook shows the face for a second on a tiny little circle when someone clicks the buttons. Thank y'all very much. Ooh, I got 6 now. What was I saying? Recipe cards. So join my email list. The link is already here in Facebook, down here in YouTube. And tomorrow I'm going to email out 4 recipe cards for the 4 cards I'm making today. They will have the measurements and the supply list for the 4 projects. It goes out at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and it looks kind of like that recipe card there. So make sure you sign up for that email list if you're not on it already. And then the big news that Stampin' Up just announced, I think 2 days ago, is that the stamp and tool sale is today only. Literally today only. If you go to my blog, stamptherapist.com, I have screenshotted everything that should be on sale. I did this yesterday, so it does not show the sale prices yet. Last chance items are not included, so if they're on those screenshots and it says last chance, that one won't be on sale. But all the other stamps that we sell are 15% off, and stamping tools. These tools include all of our clear blocks. Now, I didn't get to check. I'm going to check and see if the clear block bundle is on sale. I'm going to look it up right now. Anyway, ooh, it is. It's, well, maybe not. I don't know. It's $50.36. I don't think that's the sale. I think that's the regular price. Anyway, clear blocks are 15% off. So, for example, clear block B is $5.95, just for example. Okay, all the clear blocks, the chamois, the Stampin' Pierce mat, and even more. You can get these 15% off. So it's a great time to stock up like on additional chamois, additional pierce mats, or you might need a refresh because yours has turned a gross color because we use them so much, whatever, all the stuff. That sale is literally today only. It's a 24-hour sale. I believe it ends at midnight Mountain Time. That's Stampin' Up's time zone, Mountain Time. Okay, so don't miss out. Get it while you can. And $35 or more with me today gets you my free class of the 4 cards I'm making today. So, win-win. You could also, by the way, get our starter kit for only $99 today. It's only $99 plus tax, free shipping. You get to pick. I'm trying to pop my thumb. It's my whole hand is the whole thing. Anyway, you get to pick 125 of anything you want. So anything that's on sale is going to maximize that 125, and it's $99 plus tax-free shipping. And that there's no obligation when you get the starter kit to buy or sell. So there you go. But you get a discount and all this stuff. Okay, Stampin' Up announced this very exciting, hey Nancy, good morning, advent calendar yesterday. This is our first time ever doing that. I should say. Has anybody, raise your hand, give us a comment if you have ever bought or for yourself or for someone else or seen these other advent calendars that companies do during the holidays. I keep using the example with my team of the cheese one because I bought that one before so I could get 12 days of different cheeses. I've seen jelly, I've seen beauty supplies, wine advent calendars, a different wine each day, and so on. So now we have one with Stampin' Up, and there are 12 boxes inside. It's a really large box. It's probably, if I had to guess, 12 to 15 inches tall by about 12 inches wide or so. And then it's thick, and when you open it, it doubles in size. Clear Block Bundle is 15% off today. Thank you, Robin. I didn't have time to do the math. She says it's normally only 10% off, so you save $3 more. Thank you, Robin. Thank you for doing the research for me. Robin's really good. I have a lot of team members, honestly, that are super helpful, and we all help each other out when one doesn't know stuff. So thank you, Robin. Okay, this advent calendar is 12 gifts. They're all exclusive to the calendar. They're not Christmas themed. They are all occasion. So, you don't want to receive a gift right at Christmas and then not be able to use it until a year later. That's why it's all occasion. It includes a stamp set that is not part of the 12 gifts. So that is 13 gifts technically. A stamp set plus all these gifts. Of course, they're not showing you what's inside because it's meant to be a surprise. But I did get a sneak peek. A lot of us demos did, of a certain title and above, of 2 of the gifts. They showed them to us. They're awesome. And I will be purchasing it. It's available September 23rd, so Tuesday. You can buy it. It's $99. It includes $120 in product. Great deal. It makes a great gift for you. It makes a great gift for you to give to somebody. It makes a great gift for your spouse, friend, roommate, best friend, mother, father, anybody to give to you. So you need to give them my website or email right now so they can be ready, because it's while supplies last. Now, who knows? It might be available till past December 31st, right? Or 25th or whatever. But anyway, you get the idea. Or it might sell out in a week, like literally, I don't know how many they ordered, but it's while supplies last. It starts next Tuesday, September 23rd. So I will, and that's another great one to get with our starter kit, honestly. 99 bucks. Pick 125, so you get an additional like $26 in product, and only pay 99 plus tax and no shipping. But anyway, starts Tuesday. While supplies last, demonstrators and customers can order it on the same day. By the way, the gifts are all exclusive to the kit, and it includes paper, embellishments, and more. And they all coordinate with each other. It'll be like a suite of products. I will be doing an unboxing video, but I will give a huge disclaimer that it's an unboxing video, and if you don't want to see it, don't watch. Okay. All right, that's it. I have bought, how do you spell that, girl? I mean, how do you pronounce that? Let me just put it on screen, y'all. Pat has bought an advent calendar for her daughter with products for her. I thought it was her products that she sells. Pat, Scents, Pink Zebra, right? Hey Sue, good morning to you, by the way. Yeah, so maybe I'm the only one into these advent calendars, because my team was like, I never heard of this. I'm like, what? They're really popular. Anyway, they're like adult instead of the candy ones. Okay, craft class is coming. Stampin' Up is going to sell a craft class. They're going to do all the work for us. Using the Traditions of Christmas suite. It will be $30. Anyone can purchase it. There's no shipping if you just buy the class, because it's digital. Registration opens October 1st. And these are just two different graphics about the same class. So it will be Christmas themed. You will cut your own paper and supply everything yourself. It's just the digital content with PDF instructions. Step-by-step detailed PDF. So you can purchase this and then get the Traditions of Christmas stuff and make the projects exactly as shown. You can already own the Traditions of Christmas, so let me get this class so I can get these projects. It's supposed to be 3 cards and 1 home decor piece. Or you can get the class because you love tutorials and PDFs, and substitute whatever images and papers you want. So that will be starting October 1st, and that will be unlimited supply due to it's digital. And the video will be streamed on a Facebook group, and then you'll be able to watch replay, so you don't have to be present when they do the video. It's a French company that we love, skincare. I thought it might be skincare just because of that name. Products. They are located in the U.S., but we visited the original store in France. Love it, Pat. Okay, so that was a skincare one. Yes, girl. And Margaret, good morning. Okay, World Card Making Day. I have not been promoting this very well, but I emailed out the link to it yesterday to my customers, to you guys. So make sure you register for the free World Card Making Day from Stampin' Up, because why? You're going to get a free gift if you register. Last year, the free gift was a coupon code that they emailed us all. Free money. Free money. I don't know if it'll be the same gift, but you need to register for free World Card Making Day by October 3rd. It happens on October 4th, and yes, it's recorded. Immediately after the recording, you can access the immediately after the broadcast, you can access the recording. So make sure you register for free World Card Making Day. It is tied to a kit, So they will be probably demonstrating some of the projects from the kit. It's only an hour long, so not like you'll be tied up all day. So if you want to purchase that kit separately, you can, but it's not required to register free and get the content and the free gift. So make sure you register for that. I emailed it out yesterday, the link. Okay, starter kit special. Did y'all know a starter kit special is coming? If you didn't, you do now. October 1st, anyone who's not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator can join, and we have a special coming. We don't know what it is yet, but I believe we're going to be told by Stampin' Up! What the special is on Tuesday. So I'm inviting everybody here who's not a demonstrator, for me, anyone who lives in the U.S., to participate in a 1-hour free Zoom on 2 time and date choices, September 29th at 11 a.m. Central or September 30th at 7 p.m. Central. And you can join me on Zoom. It's free, and you can learn a lot of stuff about what being a demonstrator even means. Of course, I'm telling y'all it means no obligation. You don't have to buy and sell, but there's lots of perks. But anyway, if you want to join that, you need to reach out to me so I can put you on the list for me to send you the Zoom link. Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, contact me. But either way, you might just be like, yeah, kit special, I'm in, sign me up. October 1st is when it's going to start, and we should know the details next week. All right, don't forget Paper Pumpkin this month. Sign up by October 10th. I'm saying this month. It's the October Paper Pumpkin. It's the Cozy Christmas Paper Pumpkin, 9 cards, 3 each, 3 designs. That's our monthly craft box in the mail. Once you are a subscriber, you can purchase the add-on dies if you like. You can just purchase those in my online store, or yours if you're a demonstrator. They look like this. Here's that cute Joy die cut out. Oh, it's got little stitching. It's a large Joy die, the word Joy. And then there's a tag, 2 leaves, a sprig, and a little flower die. Very detailed flower die there. So those will coordinate with the next 3 months of kits, including October, November, December. Totally optional, but you can order it if you like, only if you're a subscriber. So, and then there's the November and December sneak peeks. Here's just another picture of that pretty box for October. Register by October 10th. I have a link in the video right now. Do I have another slide? And there's the December one. And once you are a subscriber with me, you will get alternative project ideas emailed to you each month. So make sure you check that out. And yeah, there you go. Any questions, just let me know. The link to join should be in the video right now. It's a monthly subscription, by the way, that you can cancel anytime or even put on hold if needed. Okay, that's old news. I should have deleted that. Y'all know the catalogs are live now, the holiday catalog and the new online exclusives. You already know that. I think you know everything else, except let me talk about my order special. So let me skip a few graphics here, and then I'm going to point the camera down. Ooh, only skip one. What is that? Okay, so the cards I'm making today are free with an order. Free with a $35 online order placed. I started it Sunday, and it ends, hey Cindy, good morning, on Sunday the 21st. So if you place a $35 or more online order by Sunday the 31st, you'll get today's class mailed to you free. We'll cut, die cut, punch, and emboss on that one. Or if you, what was my other thing? You can also purchase it for $20. Link is in the video right now to purchase it. Or you can register and attend in person, which is the best option if you're local, Saturday in DeSoto. So link to register for that is in the video right now. All right, I'm going to point the camera down. I've got a little show and tell, and then I will be getting started. Why is that? I'll be getting started on my stamping. Let me point it down. I probably have to adjust this. Oh, and I have to look over here. I always have to look over here, but I have to look longer to do it this way. All right. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. I wanted to show one of the stamp sets I highly recommend getting with the sale is this Jar of Joy, because it is a standalone stamp set. There is a punch that matches it, and it is bundled with another stamp set, so you can get the 15% off with that bundle. But this one is only sold individually, so that's just one example. We have so many stamps that are great for this sale, but this is a great 15% off stamp set to grab today. And here's some samples using that Jar of Joy from a previous class I did. There was one more, but it's actually in my living room right now for me to make some of my Christmas cards. I'm going to copy my own card. Anyway, so Jar of Joy, that's just a suggested purchase for the sale. Don't forget that sale ends today. Okay, Saturday we had my holiday extravaganza. Thank you to everyone who registered in person or to go. The to-go packets were mailed Monday. Hopefully you've already received those. Inside the to-go packet, inside in person and to-go, was a little gift for you. So I just wanted to show that. A little box, different designer papers depending on which one you got. And then we had a little gingerbread cookie inside. So just a little treat for you there. And of course we did use the gingerbread man at that class, so it matches. I'm taking this cookie out so I can give it to Scott now, and he can have it before it goes stale. And because I cannot eat those. But anyway, that was a little gift. And then these are the swaps. The swapping at that event, of course, is totally optional. So I think we had 4 people participate, 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. And everyone there got to vote on their favorite one. And this was the winner by Robin. Isn't that gorgeous? Robin and Kim Coulter, Robin Barnes and Kim Coulter did stamping displays for me as well. And Robin had a ton of samples there with this snowflake stuff. But she said on this card she went through the Stampin' Up current merchandise and pulled out all the stamp words that say joy that she owned and put them on this card. So anyway, she won. Everyone there voted and they picked hers for their favorite. Although I think this one was second place. This was Terry's card, yes. And second place there, Terry, with that awesome Gathering Moments bundle. And then this one is from Lisa Stevens. Beautiful Christmas, brand new embossing folder back there in the background. Love that those trees are still available. And then our last two both used the same stuff, which was funny. I know one is Callie. I don't know who made this one, because I don't remember. They don't have their name on it. But this was Callie, and this was our other swapper. And they're both gorgeous, because that pear paper is so good. So anyway, there's those swaps. This is one event where I allow customers and non-demonstrators to swap, so that's a good thing for them if they want to get some samples. And swapping is a thing we do in our team every single month at our team gathering, and it's totally optional and it can be mailed in, but it's a way to get back a bunch of ideas using what am I trying to say? A bunch of different ideas, maybe using stuff that you don't even own. So there we go. Okay, today's cards are going to use 2 bundles, Beautiful Pumpkins and Fright Night. Let's see what I did over here. Oh yes, there's Beautiful Pumpkins and Fright Night bundles. It's not showing them all. I'm going to make the Fright Night cards first, so I'll show this bundle first. I do not have the dies here because my awesome helper Linda is cutting that class for me right now. This class, I should say, right now. So I have a photocopy of the dies. Anyway, Fright Night is a red rubber stamp set. So guess what? You can guarantee it's retiring. But anyway, it is Halloween, of course, and it's an online exclusive, which always means while supplies last. Now, supplies could be 3 years or a month. You never know. It has these 2 very large 4 1/4 inch tall by 2 1/4 inch wide label images. So one, it's like a ornate ticket style label that you can die cut out. One is solid, so when you stamp it, you'll get whatever color the ink is, with diagonal pinstripe lines etched out and splatter etched out. So if you stamp it on white in pumpkin pie, it's going to be orange everywhere and white where the lines and dots are. Okay, and then the other one is a collage image of Halloween images and words. So we've got a bat at the top, and then Fright Night, and then Boo, and a black cat next to that, and then Beware, and then October 31st, and then Spooky, and a witch hat, and Scare, and Eek, and a raven. And then in between those, to fill it in, is just a lot of little detail images like tiny, tiny spiders and spider webs. And it's got a hand-drawn ornate edging around it in the shape of the die. So those two fit the smaller die here, and then the larger die will outline it. So you also, side note, these dies are just great to use with any other stamping projects. They're just big labels. You can use them landscape or portrait, but the words here are a portrait image on that die. Okay, in the stamp set, we also have words: trick or treat, happy Halloween, eat, drink, and be scary. They're all a single line, and they follow the pattern of another die, which is a banner die in this stamp set. So the banner is about 3 inches long. So that's how big the words are, and they're all different fonts. All 3 of them are different fonts. And then the last stamped image is a little, like a splatter background, but it's made out of tiny dots that are made out of splatters, if that makes sense. You could almost interpret it like here as little spiders, but it's very abstract. Okay, so there's that. Also in the stamp set, besides the labels and banner, there's a little keyhole, you know, to punch like a 1/8 inch hole in either of these tags to make it a gift tag. There's 3 triangle spider web dies, so you can, I'm actually going to do that today. I'm going to die cut all 3 and put them together and make one big spider web, so you'll see that, or you can use them individually. They are not a good corner, I will say that. They don't make a good corner on a card. They're not 90 degrees. They're some other degrees. But you can put them together and make a good, decent half circle. Okay, there's a spider. And then there's the word boo and the word eek. So super cute. And I love boo and eek because they all are connected like this joy. When you cut them out, it's just all one piece of paper and very little scrap. Okay, so that's the bundle. Let's make these first 2 cards. Hey, V in rainy Southern California. It's supposed to be lightning and thundering today. But so far, I do love those cobweb dies. Yes, girl. Alright, let me dig down here to my paper. Okay, so since Linda has all my stuff, she also has the card samples. So, and the dies. So I had to pre-do a lot of stuff for these cards today because I didn't want to, or I didn't want to, that's not the correct word. I would not have the dies here. I knew I wouldn't have them. So I had to pre-stamp and die cut some stuff out. Anyway, we're obviously not going to pre-stamp your thing. But let me just tell you about this card. So that's the disclaimer there. So for this card, we have a basic gray card base. It is, wait, hold on. Oh, this is the black one. I didn't organize these well. I think I didn't cut a card base for this. That's my problem. It's a basic black card base. Let me cut one real quick. Oh my gosh. Hold. Hopefully I didn't miss anything major because, again, a lot of the stuff is literally with Linda and, yeah. And I prepped this kind of under a little pressure, but anyway. This is a basic black card base, so it's 5.5 by 8.5. You take your 8.5 by 11 paper and cut it in half. You'll get 2 cards out of 1 piece of paper. Perfect. They will fit into an invitation size envelope once you fold them in half. So you don't need to learn anything complicated other than how to cut a piece of paper in half to do card making. Of course, we sell these white envelopes and my favorite, these clear envelopes in that exact size. So once you fold it in half, it fits right there into the card, into the envelope, and you get 2 out of 1 piece of paper, so that is economical. This card will be up and down portrait, and it's actually going to be a Z fold. So I am going to fold the front backwards in half all the way to the left. And I'm using the bone folder to make these creases instead of my finger because the creases will be less wrinkly on the inside. There are still some wrinkles there. Black is a very thick cardstock, and if you want to avoid those, you go with scoring it. Sorry, on the paper cutter there's a scoring blade, but I usually don't because I'm lazy. Okay, then we've got, for the inside of this card, since it's a Z fold, the inside's going to show. So we've got smoky slate cardstock. By the way, all these measurements will get emailed out tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central. Make sure you're on my email list for that. So smoky slate cardstock for the inside, and then we will be cutting for you this designer paper. This is the Spooky Sweet designer paper. I have shown that paper on a previous video, like where I went through all the details of it. And I'm trying to find a pack here, one of my fuller ones. I've used a ton of this paper. But it's really cute Halloween paper. We're using this pattern here, which is like a grayish white, almost like a Halloween sky background with pieces of candy all over it. So purple, the petunia pop, granny apple green candy, as well as candy corns and like Smarties looking candy that are yellow and purple, green dots, purple dots, white stars, tiny black bats. It's really, really small candy, like ½ inch or so big. And then the back side is just a nice black with diagonal orange distressing and white distressing. Anyway, that's the one we're using. But again, I've gone over this paper before, and this one has, I guess I took them all out of this pack, this designer paper, which is an online exclusive, Spooky Sweet, so get it while you can. It comes with these die cuts. So I've used a ton of them. So this is just, you get 2 sheets, but I've combined a bunch of packs here. So you get like a hippo, which is what we're using on this card. That's why all of mine are gone. This hippo dressed up as a mummy. Right there, I can't pick it up. You get toucans. I don't know what they're dressed up as, but they're trick-or-treating. Candy corns. Witch's brooms. Cauldron. Bubbling goo from the cauldron. Potion bottles. Bats, etc. This is trees that I punched out there. So you get all those die cuts, which I think is just amazing for a Halloween paper. It's such a quick season that you could just buy that paper and punch out all this stuff and make a bunch of projects without having to purchase a stamp set necessarily. Anyway, I have a piece of that paper right here with the candy design on it that's going to go on the front left half of this Z-fold card. Then, of course, this is going to make such an easy Z-fold. We're going to use the label dies. So first of all, a basic black, the larger one will be die cut for you in basic black. And then we will die cut for you for, I don't know if, I can't remember if we're die cutting this for you actually. I don't remember what I told Linda to do. I think we're not die cutting it for you because you can just hand cut around it if you don't own the dies, if you get this class packet, because it's going to be difficult to stamp on there since it's red rubber. I think we're just giving you a scrap. Linda, are you here? I don't remember. But hey Tyra, gotta go, bye. Either way, you need to stamp that on a piece of white and cut it out in pumpkin pie ink. Pumpkin pie. So I am going to stamp one just for example of stamping. But I forgot to give myself a scrap, so just grab some paper from my stash. I'm gonna go with pumpkin pie for this one. Piece of fuzz on there. Tap it. Don't press hard, but do move it around. It's really big and it's really solid. You can kind of, even though it's orange on orange, you can kind of see the ink on there. And then, not straight at all. Do be pretty firm with this one because it's such a big solid stamp. You could even do it upside down if you wanted, where you ink it up. You can ink it upside down as well. And then put your paper down on it and rub. Just because it's so big. Either way is fine though. And then die cut it out or hand cut it out. If you're watching this video for the first time ever and you're like, how do you die cut? Okay, I don't think I'm doing it today, but maybe. I might actually be die cutting. Hold on a minute. No, I don't know. I literally don't remember. So if not, I can refer you to another video. Okay, so you're going to stamp that and die cut it out. Then we are going to die cut this banner for you, and you'll stamp Happy Halloween. It's pumpkin pie banner. You'll stamp Happy Halloween in Memento black ink on the banner. And then on the inside of the card right here, this smoky slate, the inside is going to say Trick or Treat in Memento black. Grab mine. This is the Memento black I made out of a white ink pad. If anyone has questions on that, let me know. So you want to, because of that, tap gently, but on the normal Memento black you can press pretty firm. Just try not to get ink on the edges of the red rubber. So Trick or Treat, I'm going to put it like toward the top, centered, but a little bit to the left. I'm going to try to make it not show on the front of my card. Just slightly to the left, maybe, although I think I just ended up centering it instead of going slightly to the left. It'll be fine, but you'll see. And then I'm going to take this little backgroundy image that comes with this set that's sort of like spiders, sort of like whatever, and stamp it down in the bottom right corner. So again, on this pad, I need to tap real gentle. I am going to re-ink it each time. I don't want these faded out like we do sometimes. And I'm sort of just making a, well, not sort of, I'm just making a background, almost like a triangular background image down here in the corner. Something like that. Let me bring it closer. Okay. And then, now, put it together. Put these back. A lot of stamps in there. Okay, you're also might have noticed you're going to get a row of purple stars, 6 total. 3 are for this card, 3 are for the next card. Okay, so I'm going to read my notes since I don't have my real samples here. Hippo, black label, hippo, pumpkin banner. Okay, so I'm going to attach the pumpkin pie label I stamped flat to the basic black label using my Stampin' Seal. I will attach Trick or Treat to the inside. What's happening there? Trick or Treat. Then my designer paper to the front left. Hey! Oh, Marcia, I was like, am I silenced? But she said she has me on silence because she's subbing. That's awesome that you're working, Marcia. I watch a lot of videos on silence too, so I get that. It's like I can at least get a little entertainment while I'm doing whatever. Okay, this is a Z-fold, as y'all know, so this banner is going to go on the front here, right down the center, but it will be adhesive only on the back left half. So I'm going to flip it upside down, top to bottom. Grab my dimensionals, my mini, almost out there. My mini Stampin' Dimensionals. Let me grab, hold on. I grabbed a new one, but I think I did put black ones in the tub. Let me look. Did I? Oh no, I intended to though. Maybe, I can't remember if I was intending to, but we do sell black dimensionals, and when you buy the black ones you get 2 sheets of mini and 2 sheets of full size in the one pack. It's a really good deal actually. And so when you are putting dimensionals on black paper, it makes them hide underneath there, so it's not as distracting. So pretty cool. So I just put those on the back left half. You can use white or regular or black, either way is fine. And that's what it looks like, and you shouldn't have any sticky right here because you don't want to glue your card shut. And then it will open like this. The next thing is my hippo. So I'll use dimensionals on the hippo as well. And you can totally cut these up, and I always do, and use the edges, but just to save time on the video, I'm going to use full ones, and I'll move these over to where I design. And for proof, this is from my designing yesterday. This is what I use. I'm working on the retreat in a box, by the way, or the retreat, but I've got 2 partial things designed, so not really sneak peekable yet. And I didn't glue them together yet for reasons. It's like, I can't remember, but in case I change to a different ribbon or something. Okay, so this is the hippo that comes in the designer paper that you punch out. You will have one either facing left or right, because there's 2 different hippos facing different directions. The hippo is dressed as a mummy, so it just has like what looks like toilet paper strung around it, and it's holding like a square pumpkin shaped bag with candy inside. Super cute. And then Happy Halloween on the pumpkin pie. This will go on dimensionals. I'm not sure how I did it, but I'm going to put the dimensionals toward the middle so that they stick to the hippo. And they're going to go right down, or the screening will go right down below the hands so that the full hands show, but across the kind of stomach of the hippo. Happy Halloween. And then we have a strip, or a piece I should say, of basic black twine. What is this from? All my packages are with Linda. I usually show y'all everything. Baker's Twine Essentials Pack. Baker's Twine Essentials Pack. So basic black. So here's what I do. Here's what my instructions will tell you to do. Fold it in half and cut it in half. And then make a bow. So we're doing a double bow. So the instructions will say fold it in half and cut it in half. And then tie it together as one bow. One double bow. This is twine, so I don't do any like bunny ears or any of that. I just tie a bow. Although, did I just do bunny ears? I did. Normally I don't do bunny ears. I just tie a normal bow. With twine. But you gotta find that perfect spot where you get even tails when you're not cutting it from the roll. Okay, trim if needed to make your tails even. And I'll grab a mini glue dot. Pat, I always forget I have black dimensionals. I know, girl, same. She said she forgets. Yay, Pat, I love it. Let me put what Pat said. I always forget I have black dimensionals until I'm finished with the card. Exactly, girl. Hey, Dana, good morning in cloudy Arizona. Pat says, I'm casing this card for the grands. I know, it's super easy, right? So we're going to put this bow on here. I keep going back to my picture. Oh, I put the bow up on the corner of the hippo's, I mean, I don't know what you call it, but the neck, like the side of the neck. Now, if the hippo is facing the other way, I would put the bow on that side. And anyway, you can put it wherever you want. And then I'll do 3 stars. 3 of my foam. So what these are, they're called foam shimmer stars, I think, or shimmer foam stars. You get black, white, and purple. You get a ton of them, and they are foam, so they do, you need to be a little bit gentle. Ugh, somebody stole my ticket right now. A tiny bit gentle when you pick them up because they literally will squish. So just real gentle picking it up. It's not like the hard ones where you need to put your finger on top and hold it down or it'll fly across the room because it's so soft. It's literally squishy, like foam. Super cute. Okay, so we're just going to put 3, a large, medium, and small up here on the corner. And that's it. That's card number 1. Card number 1. Hope y'all like it. Fright Night. Super cute. Combined with the DSP sweet, spooky, sweet. That one. All right. Here we go. Card number 2. Card number 2. So this one is a basic gray base. Keep your stars for this one. Basic gray. Where's my bone folder? Just a regular fold. 5.5 by 8.5. Fold it in half, and it will be portrait up and down. And then I'll leave that there. On this one, you'll have 2 pieces of the designer paper. One's a little bit bigger than the other, but they're going to go up and down on the card, portrait, and the, keep having to look at my picture, the pumpkin, or sorry, you will place down, oh, it doesn't matter, I'm going to tell you later, but they're just 2 different sizes there. Okay, sorry, one is the pumpkin pie that has little black dots and some white distressing on it. The back side has characters dressed up, and the other is one I really love using for Halloween. It's like a basic gray and smoky slate, so grays with diagonal distressing and some black splatter, kind of spread out black splatter. The back side is the one that has all the tags that you can cut out. Okay, so we have those 2. And we have a strip here of Granny Apple Green that's the same height as these 2. It's 5 1/4 tall, but it is the 2-tone Granny Apple Green. If you can see, it's light on one side, dark on the other. So we're going to use that. Then you will have a scrap of smoky slate and a pre-die cut petunia pop of the large label. And then the scrap of smoky slate, you will stamp the other label that has all the words on it, the sort of collage one, in Memento Black on the scrap, and then die cut or hand cut out. Let me grab that stamp. Hot mess over here. Now on the regular Memento pad, you can, because it's red rubber especially, you can twist and then tap. Always tap as your last step to smooth out any swirly lines. So ink it up like that, but if you did have your own that you made at home, you would want to be gentle. I do love this one. You get a lot of ink. Okay, and then nice and firm, but maybe not quite as crazy as the first stamp. Just let it soak in there for a minute. And there's your little image there, and cut it out. And we will pre-die cut for you. I'm sure Linda's loving this. 2 sets of the 3 spider webs. Can't even see that. 2 sets of the 3 spider webs and 2 spiders, as well as the word boo. So the spider webs and spider are on basic black, and boo is on granny apple green. And most likely your spider webs will be attached to a piece of unscented dryer sheet like this. Boo, she may or may not use a dryer sheet, and it may fall out, so she may just take that out. But see how easy that cuts, and it's all one piece. Boo, granny apple green. And then these, the reason we use the dryer sheets is no cleanup for us. It keeps it all together for you. It's awesome. And then when you peel it off of there, hardly anything, usually, knock on wood, sticks inside the die cut image. Sometimes it does though, which is fine. I'm just saying, like, see, a little bit. It's different every time. I'm not guaranteeing anything. But I'm going to poke all these out, or take all these off of the sheet. Get all my 6 spider webs and 2 spiders. The spider is really creepy. It's got those creepy legs. And it's one of those dies where after you cut it and you leave it laying there, you might glance over at your stuff and be like, oh, I thought there was this bug on my table. It's one of those. But that's good, right? It's supposed to be creepy. I'll show you close up. Oh, this card was inspired by a swap from Terry McAdams. And I just modified it some, but heavily inspired by Terry McAdams, a team meeting swap she did, which I probably showed already on, because it was from a previous month, on a video. Okay. Get this out of my way so I don't make a giant mess on the floor here in a minute. Thank you, Linda. Oh, yes, it would make a great Christmas card layout. Do you know if the sunflower folder, Dana, I think it's back in stock. We have hardly anything on back order right now. Let me refresh. Yeah, sunflower is back in stock. Hardly anything is out of stock right now. Sunrise Sailing Hybrid Embossing Folder is out of stock. And a few things low inventory. Silver foil is low. Textured metallic is low. There's a couple other things, but Trusty Tools stamp set is low. So with the stamp sale, that one could go out. Trusty Tools, if anyone needs that one. But sunflower is back. So grab it while you can. We might be over the hump of that rush for that one, but I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, Lori. All right, so what else? Let me look at my notes. I'm gonna go ahead and put the front of this card together because I have a photo. Hold on, let me grab something. I have a photo to help me with my written instructions, but I can't access that photo right now for placement for something. So anyway, I'm going to put the front together and then we can build these spider webs how we need to. So first I'm going to tear this Granny Apple Green two-tone. So it's dark. This is the dark side on the front and that's the light side. I want the dark facing me while I pull off a small amount of the paper toward me, revealing the white inside. So if I did it opposite, this is what the torn edge would look like, and the white wouldn't show, and it would be pointless to use the two-tone. So I want that white to show, and I'm going to pull toward me and move my both hands down as I go, just to get that torn edge. Okay, so that's step one. Then I will attach this, I will add adhesive to the one long side of the back of the pumpkin pie designer paper. Then I'll lay that torn paper down on the table and attach the pumpkin pie to it. This just lets me control how much of the torn and granny apple green I want to show and how much I don't, how thick I want that. You can control it a lot easier than if you hold this green in your hand and try to put it here. Okay, now I have my two pieces. I'm going to attach the gray designer paper to the front right of the card base and leaving a 1/8 inch border on all three sides. And then this piece goes on the left, so it will overlap that gray some, which is fine. And 1/8 inch border on the three sides here, but the orange one goes on the left. And now we have a full front here. Side note, see how my green's a little bit longer? That doesn't bother me, but you could hand trim that off if you want, if yours is that way. Okay, so what we're going to do now is attach, let me read my little sticky note here about my dimensionals. Purple label, 2 spiders. Okay, so I will attach my stamped, my strength, gray label to my Petunia Pop label. And then I will use this as a guide. I'm going to add adhesive on the back of it. And I'm going to flip it upside down. It doesn't really matter if it's right side up or sideways or whatever. None of that matters. I'm going to attach the spider webs to the back so that, and with your die cutting, there's a front side and a back side. The front side needs to be facing the front of the project, so this is the back side facing me right now. Anyway, I want this centered on my card so that I don't make the spider web thing that I'm making here stick out too far to the left or right. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm putting the middle one down first, and then the next two right beside it. Again with the back side facing up. And then I'll do the same thing over here, but what I'm looking at is the side of the, it's all the exact same, right? The side of the card, not this piece here. Stop it. Does this make sense? So I think you can make this into a whole half circle, but I mean a whole circle. However, look at the front. It's fine. I could have maybe scooched it down a little bit, so just pay attention to all that with your placement. Anyway, if you put them all together, you can make a whole circle, I believe, but I have not done that yet. Mine are not touching in the middle because I want them out to the sides as much as possible. That's all you got to do. Simple. Just do it upside down. And then I'm going to add dimensionals. Purple label, 2 splatters. I'm going to add dimensionals. This will be another good place for the black ones. Oh yeah, I remember I did want to do black because I was lazy on cutting these. Even though they're the minis, the spider is pretty, the body is pretty small. So if I use black ones, it won't really show on the front if part of the dimensional shows. Now you can trim it down if you prefer, because I was being lazy, like I said. I remember that now. Here I'll probably just do white. Just use whatever color you want. Yes, the spider web is black, but the paper is not. Whatever. Anyway, dimensionals on the back of the label that has the spider webs on it. go down in the middle. Obviously you want to now put it right side up, but it's right in the center. Note is this green and orange is not necessarily centered. It was to be off a little bit, so the gray is supposed to be a little bit bigger. And then I put spiders on the bottom right and top left. I forgot to mention when I took everything out of the packet, but you will have a piece of this gorgeous Petunia Pop iridescent ribbon. It's so pretty. It is with this Halloween suite, but like you can use that with any cards you use Petunia Pop on, of course. Put that back in the thing. Okay, and then to finish this off, Leanne Ward says, I love Halloween. You signed up for this class, I believe. I believe you did, girl. So yay. You're going to make these 2 cards Saturday. Just adhesive on the back of Boo. I use regular, not liquid, so I use my silicone craft sheet. And that will go in this top left corner. You tuck it under that spider web if you want. Or on top. How does my other one look? There's more room on my other card, you know, so maybe you want to put this a little bit lower. The photos I post in the group today, I mean in the Facebook, what am I posting in? The blog will be of the original cards I made. And then, except for one, anyway. But the big close-up photos are the original cards. I'm going to make a bunny ears bow with this ribbon. So 2 bunny ears, lots of space in between, even tails, lots of space here. 1 loop in my right hand, 1 loop in my left hand, across the right bow, right loop, right bunny ear, over the left one. Push that one down into the rabbit hole and pull, keeping the ribbon as flat as you can the whole time. This is a very, oh, I forgot a step. It's fine. I can still do it, but I did forget something. Trim that up if needed. I will trim mine later. And where does it go? The bow I put up here at the top left. I did forget a step, which in my instructions it'll be in a different order, but it does not matter. I can do it right now. This is again from Terry's idea. I'm taking Pumpkin Pie Dark and Granny Apple Green Dark blends and adding a little bit of color to this stamped image. So the witch's hat is going to have an orange band, a pumpkin pie band, and then green eyes, which this shows up better in person than on the video, I'm sure. Green eyes on the bat and cat. And then to make those pop even more, you use Wink of Stella. Probably need my readers for this. Just a tiny bit on those eyes and on the band. And then the spiders should be winked up as well. And Wink of Stella is our clear glitter brush. So whatever you put it on is going to turn glittery. I'm not squeezing. Notice that, by the way. This is my pen. Nobody squeeze it. And so I don't know if you'll be able to see that wink on the video. You can on the spider for sure. I don't know about the other parts, but in person, you kind of can right there. And the 2 green eyes, again, better in person. But there we go. That is it. Oh, except for these right here. Where did I put my thing? My stars. Oh, my stars. I put the 3 stars down here on the bottom right by the spider, but you can put them wherever you want, of course. All right, there it is. Yay for Wink of Stella. Robin says, you can thank, what's her name? Terry for that. The spider is creepy. Yes, Dana. Thank you, Dana. Linda. Lori, thank you very much. Yes, Leanne. Thank you, Nancy. All right, now our next 2 cards are with this bundle, Beautiful Pumpkins. So it's a fall themed class, but 2 are Halloween, 2 are not. So this one, or this bundle, I should say, this is an online exclusive as well. It's really pretty, y'all. I really think you need it. The pumpkin stamp's so good. So, it is photopolymer. You get in the set one large and one small pumpkin. They're not actual size on the front there. They're larger in real life. So the large pumpkin is 2.5 wide by 1 3/4 tall. And the small one is 1 1/4 by 1 inch. And then you also get a stem for each pumpkin that you can stamp and die cut out. And you can die cut out each pumpkin. So 2 pumpkins, 2 stems. You get a leaf, a single leaf that you can die cut out. And then you get this, there's a word that I'm not thinking of. So anyway, it's a stem with several of the pumpkin leaves on it. It's like the thing that grows out of the stem, but the vine. A vine of leaves there. That's the word. Now, I thought this had a die, so when I was designing and I didn't know what I was going to make, I stamped all the things that you could die cut out on a piece of paper, and I cut them all apart, and I was like, where's the die for this one? There's not one. So you can't die cut these out. There's a very similar die that makes a detail vine with several leaves on it. I don't know no, it's not an exact copy of this either. It's just very similar, but a die cut version, which we are using on the card, so you'll see it. So, in the stamped images, so you get those images there, and this pumpkins are 2 steps. So you have a more solid pumpkin and the detail to put on top. So there's 2 pumpkins, large, 2 small, very, very detailed. It's like a distinctive style stamp. The 2 solid stems with lots of detail in them, the 1 leaf with lots of detail, and the 1 stem stamp. And then greetings, you get 2 of them. So grateful to have a friend like you and thankful for the small things. So those are the stamps. And then on the dies you have all the ones that cut out all the stamped images plus 2 standalone stems. The standalone vine I told you about, and 2 other standalones. This one cuts out 2 separate detail leaves, and this one cuts out a single image of a couple of smaller detail leaves and some vines. So you're going to see all those in my projects today, unless I messed up and didn't cut something for myself, but I think I did okay. We'll see. I somehow got knocked out, so I had to back out, zooming forward. Oh, good, Dana. I'm glad you found what you needed. Okay, so card number 3. This one is a basic beige card base. Basic beige. Mine is nice and wrinkled up, but that's okay. Fold it in half like usual, same size as the other ones. Paper's kind of wrinkled, so I'm going to smooth it out a little bit. This will be portrait up and down. And then the next layer is this designer paper. This is the gathering. Let me see if I have any here. Oh wait, it's not in here. Have stuff all over the place. Hold. I don't know if I have any here because of sending it, but I thought I had a little bit. Right here, this one, which I showed on last week's video. It's the Gathering Together designer paper that has the gold foil, and it's got lots of leaves and leafy background images, etc. I showed it on last week's. So this is the plaid design. It's not the gold foil side, which is gorgeous, but it's the Cajun Craze, white, early espresso, and crushed curry plaid. Also, it's mainly Cajun Craze is the color. So that's our next layer to go on this basic beige card base. And remember, measurements emailed out tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central. And then the next layer is, hold on, where's my files? Okay. Sorry, the next layer is Early Espresso pre-die cut from the Textured Notes dies right here. So it's a rectangle, and it is the third from the largest. 1, 2, 3. Third from the largest rectangle die in Textured Notes. Love these dies. You need them. So we have that, and then we have a piece of basic beige cardstock that's been embossed with the Forever Plaid embossing folder. Plaid on plaid. Forever Plaid right here. And then we will be pre-die cutting for you. Again, dryer sheet. It'll probably look like this. Autumn Wishes. Now this is first of all our earthen toned specialty metallic paper, something like that. Earthen toned. It's brown, and all 3 sheets in the pack will be 12 by 12 brown like that. So it's really nice for fall. What was I gonna get? Oh, right here, the dies where Autumn Wishes came from. They're called Words for the Season. It is a bundle, or you can get the dies only. Autumn Wishes are the 2 missing here. But it's got words like Merry Christmas, Happy Halloween, New Year, Holidays, Greetings, and then Autumn and Wishes. And this banner right here. So, yeah, we die cut that for you. Then we die cut 1 of each in Old Olive of the 3 standalone leaf dies. So we've got the vine, the little, and they have a lot of detail. It cuts the little veins in the leaves. We have the vine, the one that's a couple of small leaves and vines, and then the 2 single leaves, but they're from 1 die. This is a really good bundle. I'm just noting again, it's really nice. And then for this card, the large pumpkin, hopefully, do I need a small one too? Oh, it's supposed to have the small one too. I think I have one over here, laying on my table. It's supposed to have the large pumpkin cut out of Early Espresso for you. And then you're also going to have 1 dot. These are the Cajun Craze. Let me find them. Cajun Craze and something. And gold dots. I cut this up to send with Linda to cut up for y'all. So you have 1 small one there. Let me grab, what was I going to need? Oh, that stem. I thought I had one here. Let me look real quick. Yes. Yes. Hopefully that's what this one was from. Small stem as well. Okay, and then you will have a scrap of, oh yeah, here's mine. In your packet, you'll have a scrap of basic beige, and that will be to stamp your pumpkins on, which I will be demonstrating that for you. And this is for both of the cards. Okay, so let's stamp first, I guess. So these pumpkins, like I said, 2 steps. You get the 1 gorgeous image. Move this stuff out of here for a second. Oh, and this twine is Early Espresso. We have in, I believe, the online exclusives. I can't remember, but it's in the store. This twine is called Early Espresso. It's linen thread, actually. It's Early Espresso and Old Olive linen thread. And it's I think you get 15 yards of each color. It's a great deal. Okay, I'm looking for my stamps in my pack, in my tub over here. I think I'll just stamp all of these right now for both cards. Okay. So we will be stamping, the colors I'm using for the pumpkins are Timid Tiger, and Cajun Craze. Timid Tiger and Cajun Craze. And so the first one we want to do is the detail. So that'll be the darker color. So Cajun Craze first. I need one for this card and one for the next card. So I'm going to stamp both right now. So tap, tap, tap. Don't press hard. Stamp. And look at all the detail in there. The light and dark is on purpose. Then Timid Tiger. Grab my glasses. I like for this to look at the bottom line here and align that with the second step, the bottom line of the image. Hold on. Don't stick your thumb in your ink pad. Just tap, tap, tap. Don't press hard. Like that. Let it transfer since it's so big and large. And then repeat. And I will be die cutting these out on the video. Then we need a small one, so same thing, Cajun Craze. Timid Tiger. Look at the bottom. So tons of detail. I'm stamping these on basic beige. And then also, I don't remember for which card, but I need 2 old olive leaves. So this is the single leaf stamp in old olive. And then 1 large stem in early espresso. There's all our images again. We're going to die cut those out. Look at my sample. So one of the large pumpkins and stem and 2 leaves, that's for the next card. These 2 pumpkins are for this card. Sorry, I need to put these away semi-neatly because it's for the class and I'm going to end up forgetting something there if I don't kind of put it back as I go. Okay, so I'm going to die cut these out, so I recommend cutting them apart first. I didn't do the little one, the big one, and the leaf. Okay. Die cut machine. How we doing? How we doing? While I'm die cutting, feel free to click like. Give a thumbs up, give a heart. It'll help. I gotta figure out a way because the Facebook thing is not showing my video properly that I'm live to most people. I gotta figure out a way to get it out there. Gotta figure this out. Okay, I'm just, it's a little bit off camera, but I'm aligning all the images. Got my dirty plate on bottom, clean plate on top, top only. Love static, don't you? This leaf is a little bit off. I saw it as it was going through. It's fine though. We'll live with it. And I'm going to go ahead and cut. This is a tiny bit off as well, but you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to go ahead and cut the other images to be ready for the next card. Which is one more leaf and one more large pumpkin. Lots of birds tweeting outside. I think it's spring or something. A whole conversation going on. Okay. Brady's just over there asleep. Not even interested in me or the birds. Brenda says, I love the fall time. Pumpkins and leaves make beautiful cards. That's very true, girl. Very true. This is that card class for Saturday, Brenda. Cut those two better. All right. Now we can put this one together. I think I need to stamp words. Oh no, not for this one. I'll stamp words on the next one. Okay, so put it together. Pull my picture closer because this one's got a lot going on. I'm going to attach this designer paper first. To the basic beige card base. Oh, nope. It's supposed to have a piece of espresso behind it. Hold on. Goodness. Don't worry, this is just me prepping for my video. It won't be like that when a professional cuts it for you. Okay, so when I unpacked everything, I should have said the first layer is early espresso, then that plaid designer paper. So let me attach this plaid to this early espresso. It will have a very skinny border, right there, real skinny. Then that goes on my card base. By the way, what I'm doing the rest of the day today is typing tutorials for all 4 plus the bonus monthly classes. So hopefully I won't forget any important stuff like that. Okay, so there's that, and then I will attach this embossed plaid basic beige to the die cut label here. And then that, I believe, Autumn Wishes. Yes, this goes on with Stampin' Dimensionals. Cut my nails too short yesterday. Can't grip anything. Okay, so Stampin' Dimensionals on this label, up and down portrait right in the center of the card. Right in the center there. Okay, so let me attach the stem, the 2 stems to these pumpkins. using my silicone sheet again. So there's just a perfect little space there, whether you stamp the stem or die cut it out like this. Either way, there's a perfect space there in the stamped image to put it. So we've got our two stems. And then before I put this back pumpkin down, I'm going to take this vine that's all one piece and cut it into two pieces. So I will cut it right here where you would naturally think to cut it. There's a big space. There's a kind of one section and another section. Poke this out. Hello. It should just poke out real easy. You know, sometimes fluke weird things happen and that's not coming out. I don't know. We'll just pretend. Okay, I'm going to put adhesive on the top right and bottom left of this pumpkin. And that's where these vines are going to be sticking out from the back of the pumpkin. So we'll just extend the length of it by attaching it to the bottom of the pumpkin, or the back of the pumpkin like that. And then add more adhesive, including to the leaves, and attach the pumpkin flat over to the left of the rectangle in the middle. So of course I don't want these leaves to hang off the edge of the card, so check that, and I can press those down and there we go, it's flat. The front pumpkin will have Stampin' Dimensionals. It is the smaller one. Over here toward the right, it can hang off the right edge a little bit. And then these other, so you'll have 3 leaves left, the 2 singles and that vine. My notes say that they are flat. I'm going to put them flat. Don't have the real card here to make sure that's true, but I had the card in my hand when I wrote these notes. So flat on all 3 of these. We're going to put the 2 singles up here on the larger pumpkin at the base of the stem, and the other one on the smaller pumpkin like that. Super cute. And then we're going to put Autumn Wishes on here. Oh, by the way, this set of dies, I kind of don't like this, but whatever. Like, it is what it is. These dies here with the words for the season. The first letter is by itself on every single word. So here's the A for autumn, and then the whole rest of the word is connected. Of course, unless the I is dotted. So there's the A, and then here's W for wishes, and the rest of the word wishes. They're all like that. Not sure why. I mean, maybe with the cursive connecting them, but other than that, I'm not sure why. There is a dot for the I in wishes, but I'm not going to use that. I never use those tiny dots. They just make me crazy. Okay, so we're going to add adhesive to the back. You could cut these with adhesive sheets. We did not for you, so you can just add adhesive using the silicone craft sheet and just small amounts of tape runner. Small amounts. At different sections. The whole thing does not need to be covered. That's a myth. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. And to fit this word on here, the A needs to hang off the left side just a little bit. Just FYI. We'll put autumn at the top, of course. adhesive on wishes. The bottom section here. The W is real ornate and curlicue and wispy, so place it first and make sure that the right side of the W goes real high, so just make sure you position that properly and then put wishes. You could attach the words first to know where to put the pumpkins as well, but I think if you put the pumpkins low enough, it's going to fall into place. And then to dot the eye, we'll use this small Cajun and gold dot. Lost my piercer. Yes. I got adhesive all over my fingers from doing those. Okay, we're good. Now this is the kind of dot you want to put your finger on top of so it doesn't fly away. So we'll dot the eye there. Then I did have twine, right? I lost it. Oh, here it is. So this is the Early Espresso linen thread, and just like before, we're going to cut it in half and then tie it into a double bow. And I do have one more card to make after this one, so I will do that in a second. Tie this into a bow. Double bow. Let that tail a little bit longer. Where's the bow? Okay. I really prefer tying my ribbon from a long piece of, like the roll, so I have a longer piece to work with, but and I still didn't get the tails long. How we doing? How we doing? Just tap. Thank you, Pat. I know, right, Linda? These pumpkins. I know, Lori. The word. Everybody's commenting on a different product. The word dies. Lori says. Linda says the pumpkins. Pat says the card. Nancy says I love fall too. Cooler weather, holidays, food, colors, and pumpkins. Exactly. Also, there's that whole pumpkin spice controversy. Who likes pumpkin spice and who doesn't? Mainly, I think coffee is the controversy there. I can't make this bow any better right now. Let's just call it the pressure of TV. That is a lot better, though, with the tails. Anyway, pumpkin spice lattes. I do like them, but I quit drinking stuff like that years ago, so now it tastes chemically to me now. Okay, the bow I'm putting at the top of the large pumpkin, and it kind of disguises any weirdness on those leaves and finishes it off. And there it is, card number 3. Remember, take it Saturday, get it free with an order, place your online order. You can just buy it for $20. There's a link in the video right now to do that. Lots of options there. We are going to now make card number 4. Card number 4. So I have a basic beige card base for this one. Beige, folded in half. This will be a landscape card, the only landscape card today. Then our next layer, I don't have this folder with me, but I showed it on a previous video. It's called Gathering Leaves. It's one of our large ones, just like the plaid I showed earlier. It's that size, and it has these small leaves in a pattern, like rows of leaves in a pattern going up and down, depending on what way you emboss your paper. That's on old olive cardstock. That's our next layer. Then we have a small piece of the designer paper I just showed you, the Gathering Leaves Moments. It's got the word gathering in it, that designer paper. Gathering Together designer paper. We got a background on the back, but we're using this side that's white background with brown, beige, and Cajun leaves, as well as berries and gold foil and mushrooms. This is not cut the right size. Hold. So that is a small piece that will go up and down. It's a skinny strip that will go up and down on the left side. Measurements emailed out tomorrow. Then we will pre-die cut for you a gorgeous leaf here with these stitch marks for the veins from the gorgeous earthen toned, see now you get a good look at that foil, earthen toned specialty blah 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 12 by 12 foil. And that leaf is at with Linda. Here's the other leaf. These are the ones I used last week, and all the other dies are in the wall art class tub. But anyway, it's these leaves right here if you want to do it. Gathering Moments. Gathering Moments. That's where the leaf came from. Okay, then you have a basic beige rectangle die cut from the same dies I used earlier, the Textured Notes. It's a smaller one, so let's see what size it is, which one. Fourth from the largest. And we're going to put it on this card landscape direction. Textured Notes dies. Then we have a small piece of basic beige for our greeting and a layer behind that of Cajun Craze. A piece of linen thread and 2 Cajun dots, a large one and a medium one. Gold and Cajun and gold, whatever they're called. Alright, so stamping on this card, I'm going to stamp on this. Well, first of all, you're going to stamp and die cut out a large pumpkin, which I did on the previous card, the large stem, and 2 leaves on basic beige paper. You're going to stamp them as I did on the previous card. Okay, then we're going to stamp our greeting on this small rectangle and stamp on this piece here. The greeting will be espresso, and what we're stamping on the die cut rectangle is the vine image in Old Olive. So this will get stamped over here on the left, again landscape, toward the top left corner. So good. And this is not a this one's not distinctive. It's solid except for the lines, the veins all etched out of the leaves. Okay, so that's that one. And then the greeting, this card will say what? So glad to have a friend like you, and so grateful to have a friend like you, and everything is just a printed font except you is like italics. And it's 2 lines on top of each other so they fit onto this small rectangle. Early espresso for that. Love how Stampin' Up stamps stamp. So good. Got to use your firm stamping surface, a good inked up pad, and quality stamps for that. Okay, I think we can put it together. Go ahead and attach this greeting here to the Cajun layer. Get that out of the way. Attach my designer paper over here on the left side of the Old Olive embossed, and it will have an 1/8 inch border on the 3 sides. That's not perfect, but okay. Then it's embossed, so I'll give a little extra adhesive. That Old Olive on my basic beige card base. We had in our stamping demonstration Saturday my two awesome, they demo for me a lot, Lisa and Lisa. Lisa S was like, I don't know how I missed this color basic beige, but I've basically just discovered basic beige. But it is an amazing color. I like it even better than very vanilla. And I was like, yes, Lisa. Basic beige, in case y'all haven't been using it, it's a really good neutral. Okay, so the leaf is really large, so I'm going to put it on here at an angle going up to the left, the main part up to the left, because I want it to show like that. And then let me read my notes. Beige label. So this beige label will go on with dimensionals. I know, Tammy, right, girl? I'm going to look up the price of this one. Of course, the stamp set alone is on sale today, but the bundle will still be cheaper. So if you want the bundle, just get it. But it's called Beautiful Pumpkins. The bundle, the stamp set's $17 today, but the bundle is only $36. So it's one of our lower priced bundles, $36. Beautiful Pumpkins. And it's online only. And that only, all that means, doesn't mean anything special about who can buy it. Everybody can buy it. It's a product we carry. It just means it's not printed in a book. Okay, so this rectangle is going to go over here on the bottom right-ish corner with a good little chunk of the old olive showing on the two edges. And then espresso, autumn wishes, no, I'm reading my notes, y'all. Pumpkin, the pumpkin is on dimensionals. The greeting is on dimensionals. Okay, sorry. What? So let me add my stem to the pumpkin. So this is just the stamped stem. It's the same exact size and shape as the die cut one, but it's stamped. Just get a different look. This is placed on my card with dimensionals. I guess I just wanted this card really popped up. Having hand working issues today. It's fine though. It's fine. So this pumpkin goes on our little label there. I didn't write down that these leaves were popped up, so I think they are not. So 2 leaves that I stamped and die cut out. They both go up here at the base of the stem. Of course, I'm placing the one that's die cut out better on the front. They overlap each other. And then our greeting will be on dimensionals. So my note says is to double stack the dimensionals on the left side to make it taller, because this is raised up. This label that I'm about to overlap these onto. Hold on, these are too far over. Remove those. Don't need 2 there, but whatever. Okay, so I'm going to put a little adhesive on the right side of the back of this greeting. Then over from that, dimensionals, normal. Then all the way to the left, double stacked dimensionals where they're 2 times taller. I'll show that. Because it's going to hang off the edge of this raised up part. And long story short, it'll be partly on the pumpkin, partly on the label, and partly hanging off the label, and it'll make it all balanced height wise. And then we have our 2 gems. Cajun Craze and gold dots. And the gold is like, it's just full of glitter. I don't know if it shows on the video, but it's like it's full of gold glitter inside the plastic, basically. And then we'll do a bow here. Just like before. It's linen thread. Fold it in half. Cut it in half. Tie it into a double bow. I wonder if I did bunny ears, if I could have the tails more even. I don't like to do bunny ears on these because I have trouble keeping a hold of the ribbon. I wonder if it could actually help me. See, it's very difficult of twine. For me, it's very difficult, but I'm going to try it. Ugh, not good. This is the reason I don't do bunny ears for these. But it might have helped a tiny bit of my goal, which is to make the two tails even. Not really. But I'm not going to take your time this time to fix it 50 times. We're just going to have them be shorter tails. This bow is going to go over here. That's true, Ro. She said wasn't going to get this bundle, but now I'm rethinking it. Happy there's a sale today. This bow is going to go in the top left corner of the greeting. Alright, that is card number 4. And y'all, don't forget you can get this whole class cut and mailed to you, or you can come take it in person. So these are the 2 beautiful pumpkins. I'm telling y'all, it is a hidden gem in those online exclusives. Just the pumpkins alone. Like, it's literally just pumpkins. And you could turn this into Halloween cards, y'all know. Make them little spooky pumpkins. But just for fall, gorgeous, gorgeous. So there's that one. Thank you, Cindy. Hey, Cindy, you should come join us Saturday. You're familiar with the situation now, although that class is a lot more laid back, the one we're doing Saturday. It's like stamp on your own at your own pace. So anyway, but that's a side note. Not trying to be recruiting people too hard here. There are the 4 cards. This is the class also that you can get free through Sunday with an online order, or sign up and come take it in person or get it mailed to you. You can just buy it as well. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Yay, Robin. Thank you. Thanks, Aunt Margaret. Thank you, Lori. Cindy says, love the pumpkin cards. Tammy, love this set. Thank you, Terry. Did you see your inspiration, Terry? This card was inspired by your card, but mine's like more simple. You know me. Cindy, love the plaid. Yes. Thank you, Pat. Love those pumpkins, Linda says. Awesome. Thank you, Lori. All right. Well, thank y'all very much. I'll just put these on here for a screen grab for one more quick reminder of the stamps I used. And I'm going to eat. I'm starving right now. Oh, don't forget the recipe cards will be emailed out tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central with all your pictures. Let me show you the pictures of the original cards. I don't know. I just printed this. You know, sometimes I do better on my originals because the no pressure of TV. Like, I think my die cutting's a little better. So there's that one. There's that one. There's that one. And there's the Z-fold. These are the cards I made that Linda has, and the ones in the photos. But anyway, there's the recipe card. So sign up for my email list, and those will go out tomorrow. I did forget to take my collage photo, so I'm going to use these cards for that one. So these will be the ones in that photo. Good, Terry. Thank you so much. Thanks, Tina. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Tina, as well, of course. All right, everyone have a great day. If you're signed up for a class, I will see you soon. And if you're taking it to go, thank you very much. I will mail it to you soon. Of course, Lori, no problem. My stupid note with all my dimensionals written on it. I'll see y'all later. Brittany just came over here, but not close enough. Come here. There she is. Come say hi. We're going to let Brittany say hi real quick. There's Brittany. They want to see your face, though. Excuse me. Let's try to get your face. Can you bend down or something? Bend down, bend down. Scooch. She's like, what are you doing to me? Come here. Come here, come here. She's like, you're giving me too much attention and it's freaking me out. Okay, let's just try to do this. There's Brittany. There she is. Okay, that's kind of a view of Brittany today. All right, everyone have a great day. Thank you very much. Thanks, Tina. Okay, bye.